Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the Charlo versus Hatley media conference call. Your host for today, Lou DiBella, will begin.
Thanks, people, for joining us. This is our call to announce the co-feature for Andre Berto versus Sean Porter, the WBC welterweight world title eliminator. That's going to be on Showtime Championship Boxing live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, on Saturday, April 22nd. Tickets for the live event are on sale now. They can be purchased online at Ticketmaster.com, BarclaysCenter.com, or by calling 1-800-745-3000, 1-800-745-3000. The co-feature is a terrific bout for the WBC Junior Middleweight Championship. Jermell Ironman Charlo, 28-0 with 13 KOs, from Houston, Texas, against Charles Hatley, 26-1-1 with 18 KOs, from Dallas, Texas. So we got a Battle of Texas in Brooklyn on April 22nd. As most of you know, Jermell's brother is Jermall. They're 1 minute apart, and Jermell's 1 minute younger. They turned pro in 2007. Jermell had a great record of 56-8 as an amateur. Has held a number of small titles. Last year, they became the first pair of twins to hold world titles simultaneously in the same weight class. Since Jermall has moved up to the 160-pound division. But Jermell will be defending his title in a very tough defense against Charles Hatley in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center on April 22nd. For those who don't know, Charles Hatley is promoted by the illustrious Mr. Don King. We're waiting for Don to hopefully join us on this call. But in the meantime, I will acknowledge Mr. Hatley and give him an opportunity to say a couple of words to everybody. Charles, you want to say a couple of words to the press, please?
Yeah, Charles Andy, we're prepared for the fight. Can't wait to put a show on for us.
Charles?
Hello? Yeah.
And Charles' trainer is his dad, Greg Hatley. Greg, would you like to say a few words?
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello,
Greg?
Do you want to say a few words? Oh, yeah, man. We ready to fight. Looking forward to it, you know. Glad for the opportunity for the fight and looking forward to it.
Jermell, you want to talk to the press, champ?
Yeah, of course. Hello, everybody that's listening, all the viewers. I appreciate you guys for taking the time to just be involved and be active with me and my brother. I'm excited to be in the ring again. I know Charles Hatley is excited to obviously get another chance to fight for a title if he hasn't already fought for one. I know he hasn't fought in a while. And this has actually been my longest layover, but it's been one of the best because I've been able to prepare myself physically, mentally, spiritually, and I've been able to adapt and get better, you know. So I'm excited to see what I can bring to the table and what a better performance than I have done all 28 fights that I've fought. Isabella, you know, you've been promoting, you've been doing a great job promoting our fights and, you know, doing what you can for the Charlos. And right now it's all about us. It's about being selfish and it's about taking control of everything that the opportunities present. I am the champion. So I've been here before, and I've stood my grounds before. I've been in the ring where I had to, you know, put my legacy on my back, and that's what I'm doing right here, and I'm doing it again. Yeah, I'm fighting a native from Texas, but it's two completely different worlds. I live nothing like these guys, and those guys live nothing like me, and it's hard to walk in my shoes, and Charles Hatley will see that when we get in the ring on the 22nd. So that's it. That's all I got to say. mean, are we still here? I don't hear nobody talking.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Can we open it for questions, please?
I feel
Ladies
like
and
I
gentlemen.
understood, but
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions at this time, please press star one on your telephone keypad. Again, if you have any questions at this time, please press star one on your telephone keypad. And I'm waiting for callers to join the queue at this present time. Our first question is going to come from Mitch Aberson from RingTV.com. Please go ahead.
Thanks a lot. Hey, guys. Just a question for both fighters. You're both from the Texas area. Have you guys ever, you guys ever fight in the amateurs or ever sparred? Or do you guys know each other well before this fight?
I mean, I'd rather you ask a question and direct it right to me instead of asking an open question where both people answer. You're going to have two people talking at the same time.
All right, Jermell, if you want to talk first.
Yeah, we never fought in the amateur. We seen each other fight before. I was a little bit younger than him coming in the amateurs, and he was older, obviously. So maybe just one era difference. But no, we never fought in the amateurs, but we did pay attention closely to what we had in front of us.
Charles, same question for you.
Charles, can you hear the question?
So much noise going on. I can't really hear, man.
Yeah.
They asked if you knew him and if you've ever fought Charlo before, or do you know him or fought as amateurs before?
I thought he had been answered before. I've never fought him. Like you say, we started trying to fight a couple times. One, but I never did in big shows. So it's really like it's going to be a fight. The fighters that.
Lisa, is there a landline that Charles can get to or call from? Because every word's unintelligible.
Yeah, it's hard to hear. Okay.
No, it's impossible to hear. You can't hear Charles at all.
Okay.
So.
Media, ask Charlo questions, and I will call Mr. Hatley back.
Jermell,
fix it.
One last for you, Jermell. Does that add a little intrigue and just more spice to the matchup? Just both you guys being from the Texas area.
No, it don't really like. This is a fight. You know what I'm saying? This is my life. This is another victim that I gotta, that's coming to jeopardize my life and my lifestyle. So it's not about where he's from in Texas and none of that. There ain't no rivalries. That don't matter to me. I can stand by myself and say, yeah, I am the king of Texas, but we all have some great champions in Texas, so it's not about that. It's deeper than that.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
So our next question is going to come from Dan Raphael from ESPN. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hello, Jermell. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Jermell, my question for you is, and if Charles gets back on the call, I'd like to ask him the same question, but I'll start with you, Jermell. This is a mandatory fight, and it has been, to my recollection, kind of scheduled several times, rumored for this card, it's supposed to be on that card, gets postponed from this card. Can you just tell me if there's been any sense of just sort of anxiousness or frustration of finally, of waiting to find out when you'd actually fight and finally knowing for sure it's going to take place April 22nd, because I know it was going to be in March at one point on the card with Gary Russell. That was postponed to no fault of your fault because of the opponent that Gary was supposed to fight. But just a general anxiety of just waiting and waiting and waiting to get this fight scheduled.
Well, I'm very humbled to know that, everything happens for a reason, and with the postponing and things happening, who knows what could have been that real definite reason why this all happened to me. And so it didn't happen to me, it happened to us. I am happy to get a chance to get back in the ring, show my skills, knock off the ring rust and have fun at the same time and do what I love to do. So that's the anxiety, but just being back in the ring, everything else falls in place. Thank God I set myself up to where I could have a future outside of boxing as well. So, you know, when things like this do take place, you're able to still be comfortable. You know,
so when you won the title, the vacant title against Jackson in May of last year, I mean, it was a good fight. You came back, scored a nice knockout in the 8th round, and anytime you get a knockout like that and win a world title, you know, it sort of gives you momentum. Do you feel like because that was such a long time ago that the semblance of momentum, maybe your name being on the tip of the tongue of fight fans, maybe, you know, you lost a little bit of that because of the layoff and because, again, not through your own fault, but because mandatory fights and schedules and injuries and all that kind of stuff sometimes back things up and take a while to get scheduled? Do you feel like you lost a little bit of that momentum?
No, my ump's still there. I'm still fired. I'm still hungry. I'm hungrier now, obviously, because they made me wait so long. But other than that, I'm still hungry. I'm still fired. I can't care about what these people think and they're judging me or how they feel or if I'm not relevant to them anymore. I know what I'm doing. I know how I'm living, and I know how I'm getting ready to fight. So it's like nothing else that I could do other than just continue to try to be great in the ring and please these fans and be satisfied to my peers and my judges and my family.
Now, if I remember correctly, there was one fight that your brother won, and Charles Hatley, I guess, was at the fight because you and your brother are twins, obviously, thought that your brother was you, jumped in the ring and started getting in your brother's face. Is that do I have that right? And if so, what did you make of that sort of like, you know, clearly a publicity stunt move, but he got it wrong and went after the wrong guy, which kind of made him look like a little bit of a kind of a fool.
Well, that's once again somebody else's decision. I mean, I don't care about that. That was I mean, if you want me to hold that as a hostile moment for what I'm finna get ready to do to him, I guess you can say that. But I'm not. Nah, that's not something that's on the back of my mind. I care less about that. Yeah, you jumped in the ring and you almost caused something. You almost started something or caused something to be worse than what it is, all because you're trying to really just put on a front. Put that front on somewhere else, but it's just certain people who you put that front on with. And that's, I'm glad nothing erupted even crazier because we got different types of people in our life that don't allow stuff like that to happen. And so I'm glad that nothing else it didn't get any dangerous or serious than that. But however, he does have to eat a few jabs to the mouth for that. So, you know.
Well, here's the other thing though. When after that situation was over, I was wondering if at any point after the fact, did you and your brother sort of ever have like a laugh about it? Like, you know, could you believe what happened? And, you know, because it was kind of funny if you're just watching from the outside, maybe not to you guys, but as an observer was sort of like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Did you guys ever kind of joke around about it a little bit?
Well, we laughed on the plane and that was it. We was like, look at this clown. I mean, we so used to stuff like that with, you know, different people in the industry. They, you know, they don't know us apart. So, I mean, I've been dealing with that all my life. So we kind of had a little sympathetic, like, oh, okay, he didn't know us apart, but at the same time, wait up, you disrespected us. But at the same time, you did it with your promoter. So it was kind of like so many different things that you have to aspects you have to look at it as well. If I was to look at it from a fighter-killer aspect, yeah, you got problems. You did that and you're wrong for it, you got problems. So I'm going to make you pay. But if I think of it as a business or a win aspect, nah.
All right, very good. Jermall, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. And Lisa, if Charles gets back on the phone, I'll punch in again for some questions.
Okay, great. He's supposed to be calling in right now. I'm getting the word. So we can take the next question, and then we can circle back.
Also, Derek James, Jermell's trainer, is also on the phone with us if anyone has any questions for Derek.
Our next question is going to come from Lem Satterfield from RBRBoxing. Please go ahead.
Hey, Jermell, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Jermell, you talked about everything happens for
I can't hear nothing you saying. Sorry.
Okay. You said that everything happens for you in terms of the postponement. I can't help but wonder if it's convenient and kind of prophetic that you and Errol Spence are both training right now for fights. And I wonder what the intensity is like in that environment. And also, I know you guys have sparred. How has that sharpened your skills and upped your game and increased your intensity for this fight?
Well, that's what I got to come out and show you guys. I'm excited. I've been working with Earl. He's a great fighter. Earl is very dominant. I love everything he's doing. We both around the same age, so we both teaching each other. and it's been a great thing. Underneath the phone, but however, you know, it's been good training with Earl. We got Coach Derek, we got Robert Brand, we got, you know, it's so many fighters, so many talent, so much talent, so many undefeated fighters. So I believe, you know, when they come down to April 22nd, I'll be able to show some of the same things that we taught each other.
And circling back just a little bit to the fact that, you know, you've had to listen to, or maybe you haven't listened to, but, you know, he's been talking a lot over this last, what will be 11 months. How, given what you're doing against Errol and the kind of sharpness, I understand, and maybe Derek can weigh in on this, how anxious are you to put hands on him?
I mean, I'm just as anxious as any fight. You know, I'm calm. I'm a really patient person, and I'm happy about my opportunity. I'm taking every moment, like, you know, every moment very serious. And so, you know, just you guys are seeing, like you said, Coach Derek can weigh in on it. You know, Earl Spence brings a lot to my repertoire.
Derek, can you weigh in on that too?
So, you know, it's funny because, you know, I've been training Jermell for like almost 2 years, and they never. I like it to where I give everybody their own personal private time when they train. So we never really trained together. But for this fight, I felt like I wanted Jermell to get to another level, be more focused, and be pushed to where when he's in the ring with a guy like Charles Hatley, that he was in the ring getting prepared by, you know, Errol Spence. So hopefully it'll be a lot easier, a lot different. So 2 different levels of fighters. And so with this being said, I've been very anxious. I'm not really anxious, just ready for the fight to happen. I mean, like, you have something that's in front of you just lingering, kind of want to get it over with so you can move forward and get ready for the next one or whatever. So that's basically been my focus. And but Jermell and Errol sparring raises him up to a whole nother level. I mean, it's not even, you know, it's really, you know, like, it's one thing to be a good fighter, but to be one of the best fighters in the world, most technically sound fighters in the world, and to help each other get ready is phenomenal.
And one more thing for you, Derek. I understand that Errol has sparred Charles Hatley. Can you characterize how that was? I think it was a number of years ago, and how did that go? Did Errol and him, were they even, or was it a dominant situation, or what happened there?
Well, it was you know, first time I saw him spar was pretty decent, you know. Pretty decent, but the 2 other times after that, because they've only fought 3 times since I've trained them, and the first time was pretty decent. The last 2 times were like, you know, as Errol likes to say, if everybody knows his slogan or his motto, you know, so that's what it is, and that was it. We never sparred with him again because it was like, it was not so competitive, so it was like, you know, when necessary.
Was it a knockout?
I told you what is his motto. You tell me what his motto is.
Man down.
Okay, thank you.
So what does that mean?
Oh man, it didn't go the whole way. It didn't go the whole way, you know.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Good luck in the fight.
Hello, hey, Hatley's back on the phone.
There you go. Charles Hatley's on the phone, everyone. If you'd like to.
Yeah. I heard everything that was being said, which wasn't true. I sparred Earl tremendous times, and we worked several times, and he right. Whatever he want to say, man down. That definitely ain't true. I got footage of sparring, and however, if I told Derek, I told him whenever they like to come back, hey, they welcome back whenever. They know where I'm at. And I never seen him again.
Well, I said since I've been training him is what I said. If you hear what I said,
I mean,
we sparred 3 times since I've been training him.
Since you've been training him, we done sparred more than 3 times.
Just 3 times.
Like I said, I told him whenever he wants to come back, whenever you want to come back, come on. And I haven't seen y'all since. So what do that mean?
It wasn't worth the time, man. It wasn't competitive.
It wasn't competitive. Ask him that.
What do you mean asking that? They stopped it. You stopped.
Jerry, I'd have stopped you before. I'd have stopped you.
You stopped. Are you for real?
I'd have stopped you before. You know that. My dad used to coach you. We used to spar you all the time. I'd have stopped you before, and you know that.
Well, we want to live in a la-la land. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I had that on tape as well.
All right.
I'll
You say so.
I'll put that footage out as well then. I got a lot
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad.
I got a lot of footage with Earl, too. A lot of footage with him. So, yeah. So, you want to say man down, I can put that up. Put it up whenever you're ready. I'm ready to put mine up, so you can start it. Exactly. Don't lie.
Next question for one of the other, please.
Our next question is going to come from Eddie Goldman from No Holds Barred. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. First question for Jermell. You fought both veterans and younger fighters like Jackson, and you fought veterans like Alcine and Martirosyan. Charles has been fighting recently much more veteran fighters like Mundine and Roman. How do you rate him as an opponent compared to the other opponents that you've had?
I give everybody a chance. It's nothing overlooked. He has never fought near the competition I fought as a professional. Was done in the amateurs. That book is closed. I'm a different individual. I'm a stronger fighter, smarter fighter, fast fighter. He knows what he has in front of him. So it's really about me getting in there, doing what I have to do, and being at my best at doing it. I don't care about who he fought, who he sparred, who he stopped, who stopped him. None of that matters to me. Every opponent, every victim has a different way of coming at you. So we all got our different DNAs, and this is one thing. So,
what do you see as your advantages over him?
I might have several. I really don't want to speak on the advantages that I have. I have several, though.
Okay, and a question for Charles. Could you talk a little bit about the layoff, because you didn't fight in 2016, and, it's going to be about well over a year till you're going to get back in the ring for this fight.
Yeah, well, the layoff was good for me. I actually was needing the layoff because I was so busy at the time, and I actually needed the layoff, but I actually thought we were going to fight 3 months after he won the title. And it just kept going back, pushing it back further and further. And I was steady training for it, So I'm well prepared for it a while back. I never stopped training for it.
How do you compare him with your other opponents that you faced? Do you consider him to be the toughest fighter you can ever face?
No, I can't say that. He's a great fighter. And he's coming to win just like I am. But he's never been to a test that he's going to get, because I'm sure he fought several fighters that they knew he was going to win against. But this fight here, they don't know that he's going to win, and I'm sure he's questioning himself right now if he's going to win, because I'm coming to the table to do what I got to do, and that's to bring the belt back to my city. I'm well prepared for it, and I'm ready to fight. At the end of the day, the talking, the back and forth talking, I'm really not about all of that. I'm really about getting in the ring and doing what I said I was going to do.
Do either of you want to make a prediction for the fight? Jermell first.
No, I'm not making any prediction. I'm coming to win.
Okay, and Charles, would you like to make a prediction?
He said it clearly. I'm ready, and I'm coming to win, man. So may the best man win.
Okay, thank you. Good luck to everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions at this time, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Again, if you have any questions at this time, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Our next question is going to come from Dan Raphael from ESPN. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. I wanted to follow up with some questions for Charles since you were off the call there for a few minutes. Charles, good to talk to you. my question for you is, you've got the 9 victories in a row. Your last fight obviously was your biggest win, as I see it on your record, going down to Australia, scoring a knockout against Anthony Mundine, a very experienced fighter, a former champion. Can you give me your perspective on what it was like for you to make that long trip, go into his home area, his fans, everything against you, and do what you did in that fight against a well-known opponent?
Well, I went to Australia with everything against me. Everything was against me, and I actually feel like it's another Australia fight. I'm focused, I'm ready, and I'm prepared for whatever's coming. And when I get in the ring, I'm going to show that it will be like another Australia fight.
When you went to Australia, what did going into sort of the Lions Den, so to speak, teach you about yourself as far as how you could deal with that kind of atmosphere, that kind of situation?
Well, I made it real easy. I stuck to what we had been training for. I knew we were going overseas, and I knew he was a great fighter. But I kept everything that what we've been training to do. I kept it, and I went in and dominated the fight, the whole fight.
Now, another question I had for you is, and I asked also this to Jermell earlier, this mandatory fight has sort of been scheduled for one card or another. It's been shifted to different months. It's going to be on this card, going to be on that card. It took a while to get it settled, and when it was supposed to be in March, it was delayed because of the main event opponent got injured, and so it caused your fight to be canceled. Can you explain to me if you've had any sort of frustration about having to wait so long to get this fight settled and finally squared away on a particular date where you knew you were training for an exact date, or were you just kind of roll with the punches and whenever it was settled, it was settled?
Yeah, I don't really know what the issue was while I didn't fight, but I just know what the rumors was. But, I was prepared to fight in September, and they prolonged it all the way until March. But the whole time, I know it was September, February, then March, then back to April, which I didn't care if it was next year. As long as I got the fight, I was going to be ready.
Right. When you were at his brother's fight not that long ago, and you went into the ring after the fight, it was kind of a funny scene because you were confronting the wrong guy. Can you just take me through what happened with that?
Exactly.
What made you do that?
I'm sure he could. I'm sure Jermell could tell you as well that this is true. They tried to make me look like the bad guy. I was in the ring to talk after he finished, and he looked over to me and he said, "Well, who is this guy?" He pushed me first, and then when he pushed me, I pushed him back, and that's where they got most of the part when I was pushing him, and everybody felt like I pushed him and he didn't push me. But Jermell I'm sure he can tell you as well that if he's being honest, he'll tell you that, his brother pushed me first and then I pushed him back. But which is don't matter. They try to make me like the bad guy so I can be the bad guy for this fight. It don't matter. It's cool. I'm willing to do whatever I got to do and beat whoever I have to beat. As long as I come back with that victory, that's what I'm going to do.
Well, why were you going into the ring? It wasn't your fight. You were not involved in that particular fight. Were you just trying to kind of hype up your mandatory fight for the title?
No. Everyone probably thought it was staged and all. But no, I was told to come in to do an interview because I was supposed to go on one after Jermell fight. But Dunn wasn't there, and no one told me to come up and do an interview. So they told me after his brother fought, then go up in the ring and do my interview, and that's when everything took place.
I got you. Okay. Appreciate your explanation on that. Thank you very much for your time, you too, Jermell, and good luck to both of you guys.
Yep. Thank you.
Our next question is going to come from Lem Satterfield from RBRBoxing. Please go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Charles, thanks for joining the call. I know you were listening in when I was asking my questions of Jermell. I understand that you sparred with John Jackson to help him prepare for Jermell, and I wanted to know if during that and then watching the fight you gained anything from both sparring and then watching what success he had against Jermell. I understand you feel that the Charlos can't handle certain movements.
To be honest, I barely even spent any time with John Jackson in the amateurs. I saw him a couple times, but that's the only time I ever ran John Jackson. I never sparred him for anyone's fight.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I never sparred him for a Jermell fight.
But did you gain anything from watching? Because I know you've expressed, I've seen different interviews where you felt, that in your estimation, that the Charlos had problems with guys who move.
I learned from every fight, no matter who is fighting. I learn from every fight, and that's what I'm here to do is learn. But as far as watching what went on in that fight, I really wasn't paying much attention to it because I didn't know who was going to win. So it wasn't that I had to watch this and watch that on that fighter. So I just have to be prepared to do what I have to do. I have to worry about me, no one else.
Mm-hmm. And can you characterize? You talked about. You seem to take exception to the characterization of your sparring sessions with Errol. What exactly were you referring to, and what is your take on that representation?
When Errol came to spar, man, we worked. I'm not in here to beat no one up when I'm sparring. I'm in to get work. A lot of people, it's a lot of hate in the game. Like I said, I've been beating Derrick James up since we was amateurs, and he knows that. And that's probably why he's upset right now and saying the thing that he's saying, but none of it is true. And that's probably, like I say, me and Earl, we come when he comes, we come to work. We come to help each other, not to hurt each other. But I guess on Derrick end, he probably was telling him, hey, kill him, hurt him. But like I say, when I'm in the ring sparring with the fighter that comes over to spar, I help them no matter who it is. When they come, I help them.
Okay. And then I guess my last question is, how far are you removed mentally from the knockout loss to Tyner? And you were at 146. Did the weight have anything to do with it?
The weight played a big part of it, but I was actually injured. I shouldn't even fought. I had just came off ACL surgery 2 months before the fight, and the doctor told me not to fight for a whole year. But I knew he was trash, a bum, and he wasn't on my level. So I was eager to fight. I couldn't wait to fight, So I told my dad, yeah, let's do it. And that's what happened when you think you know everything. Accidents happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually tried to fight him several times afterwards. I told my dad I wasn't fighting again, until I fought him, and he didn't want to fight.
Okay. And then you said you have not sparred John Jackson.
Right. I did not spar John Jackson for the fight.
How about for this fight?
For this fight, I worked with him a little bit. We did a little work.
Come on, shed some light on it. How many rounds? How often?
He's a great fighter.
What did John Jackson tell you about Jermell?
He's a great fighter, man. We work. Just know I'm prepared for this fight. Just know that much.
Okay, well, listen, thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate it.
Our last question is going to come from Decenio Lewis Jr. from Black Star News, Manhattan. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much, Decenio Lewis Jr., Black Star News. Jermell, first of all, it's a belated congratulations on you winning your 54-pound crown. You duplicated what your brother did, and something in history that the twins winning titles in the same weight division. But the question here is this, that it's my understanding that your brother did not get too much of a chance to enjoy being the 54-pound champ because he moved up to 60. Now he's an ex-champ, and I read where it was weight consideration. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then I'm wondering whether you also may not get a chance to enjoy being a 54-pound champ for too long because you, being that the DNA is the same, may have to move up and into the 60s where you have all the 3Gs and Danny Jacobs, who almost scored a major upset last week, and Canelo and all these other middleweights. So are you concerned about that, about having to move up without cleaning up the division?
Nah. So that was a major business move plus a career move plus it was a massive move. I'm dominating at 54. I make 54 easy. I am getting bigger. It has been a year since I fought. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting wiser. I know a lot of people have been seeing videos of me training over in California. But everything has been great. I'll be on weight. It won't be a struggle. It has never been a struggle, so I don't think it'll continue to be. It will build up a struggle. Making 154 is easy. Moving up to 160 is where I want my brother to right now take the Charlo's name and push it up to the top. I'm glad he's ranked number 2 out of WBC, and I'm gonna try to unify at this weight division before I decide to move up.
I see. Being that this is, correct me if I'm wrong, that this is your first title defense, are you doing, without giving out any trade secrets, anything extra above what you're doing because you have a reputation like your brother being gym rats and you work hard every day, but being that this is your first title defense and you want to look good, anything extra without giving out trade secrets?
All I got to do is just train harder than I trained before, listen more, learn more, and be great. It's nothing about anything to do with my brother. You know what I'm saying? My brother did what he had to do and it ended the way he did. He trained hard. We are gym rats. We work hard. Charles Hatley know I work hard. It's not just getting there, running in, trying to. It's not the amateur. You can't just come in there throwing punches like you want to. You pay for all your mistakes, and everything happens for a reason. So I'm excited for this fight, April 22nd. I'm excited to be in Brooklyn for the first time fighting in Brooklyn. Not even in the amateur style fight in Brooklyn. So this will be my first time at the Barclays, and I'm happy. I'm excited. It's big to me. This fight is not in Vegas. It's not in California. It's not in Texas. It's not in Florida. It's actually in New York. So this is big to me. This is different. And me and my stablemate and my coaches, my trainers, we all working together, and we're planning to have an exciting night.
Right. So welcome to Brooklyn. I'll see you there. But now the next question for Charles Hatley. Charles Hatley, congratulations on getting a title shot. Are you a little anxious in a sense? Is there some experience in your career, being that you're 31 already, and Charlo's only 26? He's a young man. That you finally got a title shot, that you have to do the best you can to finally make up for maybe lost years. You didn't fight last year at all, so this is like a more intense push so you can be successful in this title fight.
Yeah, like I say, none of the time hurt me or anything. I needed that break, but I haven't even reached my prime yet.
Right, I see.
I'm a hard worker. Jermell can tell you that. You know, I'm strong. Not many guys can stand up for my punch.
Right.
I'm sure Derek and Jermell can tell you that. But like he was saying, the fight is April 22nd, and I like to do all my talking in the ring.
I see. You have an extensive, very impressive amateur record. 250, I believe, wins and only 12 losses, and a 2008 Olympian. In terms of experience, worldwide experience, when you turn pro, was it just an easy transitional, just getting rid of the head guard and the T-shirts and just walking into a ring where we will be fighting 4-rounders instead of the 3, and it became easy as it went along?
I couldn't wait to turn pro, to be honest. I couldn't wait. But the guys I fought in the pro,
right?
And in the amateurs, the guys I fought in the amateurs can't be compared.
Right.
Guy that he's fought in the pro career. I fought all the top guys. Really.
Yes.
Right now, I fought all of them in amateurs.
Right.
To the Super World, so, I fought them all, and they can tell you what I did, and I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure he knows what he's up against.
I mean, but are you still basing your pro career off of what you did in the amateurs?
Exactly.
I say, you know that you
living a dream off our amateurs.
Can't hear you.
We pros. I said you living a dream off our amateurs. We pros now. So I mean, are you still?
I see.
Yeah. Are you still banking on what you did in the amateurs?
It sounds like you are.
Okay, fellas. Save the fighting for April 22nd. God bless both of you, and Godspeed, and as I say, the better man wins. But welcome to New York, and please give us a good fight. God bless all of you. Thank you. And thanks for the promoters for bringing such a great fight to New York. Thank you.
Yeah, no questions.
Okay, that was our last question. Lou?
Hello? Yep, I'm here.
That was our last question.
Okay. Thank you very much for everything. See y'all in
Thank you, Jermell, for joining us, and thank you, Charles, for joining us. And this is a terrific co-feature on Showtime, Championship Boxing. Again, the show starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, Saturday, April 22nd. Get your tickets now, barclayscenter.com, ticketmaster.com, or call 1-800-745-3000. And Jermell and Charles, we look forward to seeing you in Brooklyn.
All right, thank you.
I would like to say thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for all joining. You may disconnect and have a great day.